quartets, unscripted. I'm ready if y'all ready. Dave, y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Yeah, let's do it.
Brilliant.
I think I'll be all right.
Vic?
I'm ready, Doc. Yes, sir.
Band, y'all ready? Yeah. Man, we live, man. Let's do this thing. Let's go. I'm ready. That's it. Oh. Let me tell you this. I remember not long ago, I was at a particular place where I probably should not have been. I made a phone call to let someone know that I was on my way and that everything was going to be all right. Little did I know that when I hung up the phone that there were some people there, guns in hand, masks over their face. They told me to break myself, which means to give them everything that I had. After I gave them everything they had, they wasn't satisfied. They wanted to pull the trigger and try to kill me. But when they pulled the trigger, nothing happened. You know what, to make a long story short, somebody said, well, Demetrius, how do you think you made it out? How do you make it through? I'll tell you how. It was the prayers.
The prayers that they prayed for me.
And I'm even here right now to tell the story because the prayers that they prayed still remain.
Because the prayers that they prayed for me still remain.
I guess what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that I'm here tonight all because, help me all,
oh, somebody
prayed
for me,
had me
on
their mind.
Took the time to pray for me. So glad they prayed for me.
Listen, I'm looking over there in the corner at my son. His mother, before she was pregnant, had gone through some situations that the doctor told her that if she ever had any children, that they would all be retarded, wouldn't be able to live a regular life. Well, here it is. My son is 24 years old, and we've been praying for him. The Lord has been keeping him, and if anybody know him, y'all know that he's not retarded. He even got two sisters that, boy, listen, they smart as a whip. And y'all know what I'm saying? They're probably saying, well, how did you have children when the doctor said no? I'll tell you how.
The prayers that they prayed for me.
I'm looking over at that boy, and I know that he's here only because of the prayers. Help me, y'all.
Because the prayers that they prayed for me still remain.
Still remain. I guess what I'm trying to say, y'all expect y'all better help me here. That, oh,
somebody prayed for me.
had me.
On their
Took the time
to pray. So glad they prayed.
Sing it one more time. That, oh, prayed for me. They had all their mind. Yeah.
Time to pray for
So
glad they prayed for me.
go ahead, Andre. I hear you, son. Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is your man, D Tole. It is another day's journey, and I am super duper glad about it. It is another day, another time for us to hang out and do what we call it is shop talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. For the next hour, we're going to take this journey together, for real, for real. Listen, before we do anything, those of you hanging out with us, whether you're watching us on Facebook through the Freedom page or the Shop Talk page, we want to welcome you to tonight's stream. Those of you who may be watching us on YouTube, hey, glad to have you hanging out with us, as well as those of you listening to us audibly on freedomradio.com. Whomsoever you might be, no matter where you're listening or watching from, we're glad to have you. But do me a favor, you know what you got to do. You got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. Do whatever you got to do. But tell your mama them, Ray, Shay, Day, Delicious them, Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here on freedomradio.com. Again, as well as on the Freedom family of networks on Facebook, YouTube, as well as other places. Glad to have all of y'all hanging out with us. Listen, tonight's show is going to be great. And if you did not know, I think you do, but I'll tell you anyway. My name is Demetrius Tollfree. It literally says so right there. And you know that you can find and follow me everywhere at D Tollfree. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. That is on Twitter if you use it. It's on Clubhouse if you're still on Clubhouse. You make sure you hit me up at D Tollfree. That's at DTOLEFREE. Follow me. I'll follow you back. It's all to the good. Also, want to let you know that if you want to test out, people are working on and testing out their digital currency. And if you want to hit me up and let me know that you know how to use Cash App or Venmo, you can also hit me up on Venmo at D Tollfree, Cash App $, D Tollfree, and let me know that you know how to use those things. And if you send me $1,000, it's all good. And if you need it back, it's cool. Hit me up, let me know, and I'll get it back to you in $100 increments. Listen, I am excited about tonight's show. We're going to make some things happen. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Listen, I want to give a couple shout outs to some people who already hit me up to let me know that they was here. People like Tracy J. Wilson has already hit us up to let us know that she's hanging out with us tonight, as well as Dee Felder. What is going on? Dee Felder, haven't seen her in a while, but glad to have her hanging out with us as well. Of course, we've got the friends and team members over at the Shop Talk page also hanging out with us. Thank you for chiming in, as well as Freedom Radio team members also hanging out with us. They want you, just like I've already done, to like, follow, and share tonight's stream and use the hashtag Freedom Radio. It is all to the good. All right, y'all, we've got some incredible things to talk about. Expecting some great co-hosts to join us in just a few moments. But I tell you what I am going to do, which is what I hardly ever do. You know what? I'm going to do something different. Why don't we, before we get going too far into tonight's show, take a quick commercial break and let you know exactly what is going on in Freedom Radio land. It's all good. Keep it locked right here. I'll be right back, y'all, with more, literally right after this.
What's going on, good people? It's your girl, Ashlyn Cole, from your favorite show, Shop Talk, and I'm excited to share some great things with you. The Freedom Radio team has been working hard behind the scenes to make sure we have accessories that you want that helps you show support of your radio station. We have heard the voices of our listeners and have now made available these items: water bottles, AirPod cases, phone cases, both Apple and yes, even Android, mouse pads, wireless charger, and a Bluetooth speaker. These items are all available right now on our website, freedomradio.com/shop. That's freedomradio.com/shop. Or you can open the FDR gear icon in the Freedom Radio app. As always, we appreciate all your continued support and can't wait to see you with your new gear from your radio station, the People Station, Freedom Radio.
Didn't know how to call him, but even though I couldn't see, he was there.
That's right, y'all. And we are back. We do have some great items in the Freedom Radio store. We haven't been talking about it as much, but I've got right here that I'm going to be using tonight in just a few minutes when I get ready to race over to the gym. I'm taking my Freedom Radio AirPods Pro. My Freedom, it has my Freedom Radio case on it, and you can get yours as well as so many other items from Freedom Radio, your radio station, just by simply doing what Ashton said. Scurry over to freedomradio.com/shop, and you'll be able to see all of the different items that we have available. Currently, of course, it's still warm, so you may not want a hoodie yet, or you may want to get it in preparation for when the season changes. You never know what you may want to do, but simply run over there. You can get Freedom Radio t-shirts, and we got skull caps, all the things that you saw, water bottles, and all type of great things, all available for you on our network of on our store, rather, on our website, freedomradio.com/shop. All right, y'all. Speaking about that, I just mentioned a moment ago that I'm going to be going to the gym tonight. I am. Normally, our family starts everything on the 1st, but listen, after seeing some recent pictures and stuff like that, listen, children, I am scurrying over to the gym tonight. I'm taking time tonight to try to get us some sweat on and make some things happen, and try to start my, we normally do a Get Fly in July campaign, but it's already past July. Tomorrow starts September, and I'm getting ready to get started and try to make some things happen. Listen, I'm super excited about this next journey in my life. I want to, first of all, thank everybody. I got so many people that hit me up on Sunday and well as Monday and Tuesday, and even today, people are still hitting me up saying happy birthday to me. And I want to say thank you for all the love and support. People was hitting me up on Cash App. People was hitting me up on Venmo. People was even hitting me up using Apple Cash. And I just want to take this moment just to tell everybody how appreciative I am that you would think about me on that great day of 8/28 and to be able to make things happen. Thank you again for all your support. And it's been absolutely amazing. All right, y'all, let's get ready to get things going, and let's get ready to bring up our first co-host, my homegirl and yours. She's out in the North Kakalaki. Every time I say North Kakalaki, I think about Devara's, and I want to say Greensboro. But this person is actually in Charlotte of North Carolina, at least today. And glad to have her hanging out with us. She's always traveling, always making things happen. I think she just came back from South Carolina doing some ministry there, but she's here with us tonight. Let's bring up my homegirl and yours, the incredibly talented, the young one, Wild Praise, Yolanda Morant. What is going on? How you be? I can't hear you. You haven't plugged your mic in, so you know what I'm saying.
Sorry. How y'all doing?
All is well. All is well. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Good. First of all, I think I thanked you when you did it, but let me take a moment just to say thank you for that great flyer that you put out. It was well worth the wait and well worth the reason and purpose behind it because I was able to post that. And I'm telling you, people still hit me up. I'm almost at almost 800 likes and well over 800 plus comments on it. And so I'm grateful and thankful for what you did for me. It did not go unnoticed.
Oh, wow. Well, it's my pleasure. You're welcome. No problem.
Absolutely. Well, how was South Carolina?
South Carolina was cool. It was uncool. So shout out to my friend Shanta. I think you met my friend Shanta when you came to Denver. So my friend Shanta and her husband Michael, who the short version is they did an event called the Black Coalition. And they were starting something in South Carolina where they were honoring pillars in the Greenville, South Carolina area that had been, doing what they do. People who work in the community, in education, politics and stuff like that for years. And all the people they honored have never been honored before. They've never been, ever on any level, be it small or large. They've never been recognized before. So that was a really beautiful thing. It was really cool. It was nice. Now, mosquitoes like light-skinned people. So, amen. So, yeah. I know I live in the country. I do live in North Carolina. I live in Charlotte. But I don't seem to get the mosquito thing a lot in Charlotte.
Yeah.
But I came back and I was like, oh, Lord, So my legs were itching. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. My hand was swollen.
Really?
Yeah, like I mean, I know, I've gotten mosquito bites since I was a kid. Traveling, going to my mom's hometown and in the country, stuff like that. I mean, but never like this. So it's not as bad as it was on Monday, but my hand was like half of my hand was swollen.
Wow.
My finger was itching. It was like either I'm getting ready to have some money, thank you Jesus, or that's what my mom said, if your hand's itching.
Yes, that's true. I've heard that.
So, so yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I appreciate the I mean, I'm grateful and I appreciate the opportunity. It was cool. I've never been to South Carolina. I will say this. It was nice. It was very like it's not the biggest town. It's about 50,000 people, but it's a very beautiful place. You probably just gotta spray a lot of anti-bug on you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I can't say I have not been to South Carolina. I haven't even been to North Carolina. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, I've never been. Um,
It's
yeah,
beautiful. If you like trees and the southern parts, which I would say a lot of greenery. I don't drink. People are shocked, but I don't drink sweet tea. So, but like all those kind of things, like the southern hospitality and all those kind of things. But Charlotte's a really a pretty place. Greenville's like really beautiful. So it went well. It went really well.
that's cool. Well, that's good stuff. I'm glad you got a chance to get away and get a chance to use your vocals and minister to the people, as you
Mhm.
say, minister to the people. And I'm glad you got a chance to
Absolutely.
do that and make that happen. And you made it back safe and sound. I hope that your hand feels better and your leg stops itching and all these types of
Yeah,
things.
cortisone, some Tylenol. I mean, the legs are better. Legs are better. It was a leg. It was the foot. It was it was like. So
Yeah.
I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, though.
That's good.
I'm sure we're all right.
I'm glad you're going to the doctor. Going to the doctor is necessary, and
And
let them check whatever they need to check while you're there, and be able to make it happen like that. You know,
thank you.
it'll be all good. Listen, tonight I want to do something a little bit different. I've been uh, working on some different things for tonight's show, and I have a few things I want to share. And the first thing I want to share is uh, what is going on in terms of today's national day. Today's national day. So I did some research to find out, and it's interesting what today's national days are.
Okay.
Today is those of you who are watching us live. Today is August 31st. And there are four things that I want to mention in terms of today's National Day. First thing I want to mention is that today is National Trail Mix Day.
I love trail mix.
Absolutely. National Trail Mix Day. I like the ones with the, now, some people make them different. I like the ones with the raisins and the peanuts and the cashews uh,
Mhm. Mhm.
and the M&Ms, but I like the peanut M&Ms more so than the milk chocolate one. But yeah, when it's all made like that, that's the Lord's doing. So
Absolutely.
today is National Trail Mix Day. Secondly, National Eat Outside Day.
Eat outside day.
National Eat Outside
Oh,
Day. Now here in California, it's a little warm. It's been warm. It's going to be warm for about the next week or so.
Mhm.
We'll be in the hundreds pretty much each day where I live, and in the eat about this time, about 67ish. This is a good time to go have your dinner. And yeah, today's a great day to eat outside.
Eat outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, National Eat Outside Day. Now this next one, I was I found this quite intriguing. Today is also International Day for People of African Descent. International Day for People of African
Huh?
Descent. I'm telling you what it says. It's International Day for People of African Descent. So I guess people from, Africa, Nigeria, and Zimbabwe, and all those different places on the continent of uh, Africa. So shout out to all of them. Um,
Okay.
yeah. And then lastly, today is National. Watch this for you. This might be right up your alley. Today is National Matchmaker Day. National
Really?
Matchmaker day.
Okay.
So, those of you who are single, this might be a great day for you to find somebody to match you up with the right person for your future. Uh, speaking of National Matchmaker Day and stuff like that, I haven't heard you mention that young man that you went out with about, man, was it 2 months ago? About 2 months ago.
Mm-mm.
We done with that.
Haven't heard from him.
You probably watched one of the shows and saw how all the things that you said.
Maybe he watched the show. Mm, we're live. Yeah, I almost said something.
What'd you almost say? It's cool. I mean,
I can't say that part. Like people wouldn't think I was saved. So, you might have to grow some thick skin, bro. Like this is, it wasn't like that. But okay, so this is the thing. Without me being preachy long-winded, he just stopped calling.
and you don't think maybe just maybe he saw or heard.
Nah, I think. Let me tell you what I really think happened is that within like the first week and a half, maybe I went somewhere with her calling. I don't remember where. Okay, just kind of all rose together. So I went somewhere, and he said, "Oh, you're going somewhere again? Uh-oh. Oh boy."
Did you
So
say?
I get nervous, like, huh? I'm just, first, we don't know each other really like that.
Yeah.
I'm gone for 2 days. You drive trucks every day in the city, and you want me to be on the phone with you all day while you drive trucks and yell at people on the road. I'll talk to you, but like, And then the second thought was I wanted to go to I we were supposed to go to dinner. Or I said, he said, "Look, let's go." We both decided to go to dinner. So I said, "Oh, let's go to Mangiano's." Right now, if you know me, you know that I'm really sweet. I'm really nice, but I am just, just just a slither, probably a little bit more than a slither of bougie. Right. So, but I believe in being, thrifty bougie. You got to throw your bougie around the right way. So I may I may take a flight on Frontier, but I'm gonna stay in a nice hotel. Bougie. Just gotta throw your weight around the right way.
Yeah,
Long story short, so I said, let's go to Mangiano's. He did not want to go. He didn't like. He said he didn't care for the food. No problem. So we agreed to go get ice cream. No problem. I'm really more simple than people think. So no problem. We were sitting. We were eating ice cream. He said, "You should just came to my house." I don't know you to come to your house. It's nothing personal.
Yeah.
I just want to live to be 99. So I don't know you. But I think he was a little, offended by that. But it was the second time I had been out with him, and just period. So I think he was just bothered. Him and Jesus ride in the same car, maybe on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I just couldn't. You don't have to be perfect,
Yeah.
because no one is. You don't have to be, I don't know, Tank, because that would require him leaving his wife. You want people to stay together. So you don't have to, so to say, you don't have to be perfect. But there are some things for real that are just standards. There's some things I just, so I'm not going to give up music for anybody.
Yeah, definitely. And you shouldn't have to.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
That's nice. But when people, I think sometimes this new thing that's going on, everybody has a podcast that has nothing to do with us. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody, saying these things, and everybody, like I heard a guy on Instagram yesterday who said he dates women 20 to 25 because they're just easier. They're easier to get along with. They're easier to work with. And then he used this conglomerate word that he thought no one could really, understand, which was like manip. In a way, it was kind of like this manip word, which meant to control. So my thing is, I'm a nice girl, kind of country city girl. I'm easy. I am supportive. You play football, I will be the loudest and the cutest thing at the game. Okay, but I'm just not gonna settle for just anything. I just can't. So I'm not giving up Jesus. I'm not giving up music, and I'm not giving up my business.
Not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. That's good stuff, and good to know. So those other people that might be in the matchmaking business, and she just laid out some great foundations of what she's not going to give up. So
Yeah, and nobody else should, right? It doesn't mean you're less than a man. It doesn't mean I don't need you. It doesn't. It's not all that kind of stuff. It's just I think people should still, without me taking on your show, right? I think that here's the thing, my personal opinion. A lot of times people give up who they are
yeah,
completely, right? So you guys are about to be empty nesters, right? Like you almost are empty nesters. And I often hear, I'm not saying this about First Lady, but I often hear that people have lost themselves, right, during the entire um tenure or time of them raising children. And then after the children are gone, it's like, who am I?
Mhm.
I don't know who I am. So I just don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose what God gave me or any of that just to be with somebody. I just, and I wouldn't want somebody to lose themselves. I wouldn't ask you to give up ball. I wouldn't ask you to give up being a doctor. I wouldn't ask anybody to do that.
yeah, definitely. I'm with you. I mean, I love the way you think it. It makes sense, and you know who you are, what you want, and you won't settle for nothing less. That's good. That's exactly how you should be, especially in nowadays. So I think that's great stuff. Um, hey, I want to bring up something else. You travel quite a bit. Uh,
Hmm.
I travel, from time to time, and I know that you go from city to city, and uh, people in every city is different. I was looking at some different articles, and an article came my way, and it was specifically talking about California, but it also mentioned some other cities too. And that is, it was talking about what is the rudest city. People normally talk about what's the friendliest city, what's the most, what has the best food and all this kind of stuff. But I was running across what is the most rudest city in California as well as in America. Let me talk about it in just a second. I want to bring up our next co-host, who I thought, well, how about this time he's not in his car? Let's try something new. And let's bring up my guy. Look like he's running around. He might be in the mall or something like that. But let's bring up my guy, Ja'Cory Proto. Ja'Cory, man, what is going on? I thought you were supposed to be at home.
Well, I had to drop something off on Amazon. It didn't work out.
It's all
I'm
to the good.
on about 2 minutes.
Okay, it's all good. Well, man, I'm glad to have you hanging out with us. You actually came in at a good time. We was just talking about the mere fact that uh, uh, Yolanda does a lot of traveling. I know you travel. Of course, I travel from time to time. And in different places, people are very nice. Different places, people are not so nice. There are even places in the country that we go where people can just be downright rude. And I was doing some research on that, and I wanted to start in our home state of California. And oddly enough, the most rudest city in California is San Francisco.
Hmm.
That is, I was literally floored by that. There were some other cities that I thought would have made the top of the list, but San Francisco has been noted to be the rudest city in California, with Los Angeles being second. I, I was literally floored. Now, Los Angeles, I could see being on the list, but I did not think that San Francisco would beat out a place like Los Angeles, where there's millions of people. And they said that they think these people are so rude based on the way they handle traffic.
I
Uh,
was about to say the driving in the city and in New York, I don't can't do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, New York is a whole different story of driving, but I was very, very shocked to hear that San Francisco topped the list of California, but it's still on the national list too. Los Angeles is also on the list of the whole U.S. They're number 9 in the whole U.S., and I was floored by that as well. And let me give you some of these cities in the United States. Let me give you some of these cities in the United States that made this list. And I'm gonna start with number 3. You would be shocked. Number 3, rudest city in America is New York City.
Of
New
course.
York City is number 3. I would have put them probably at number 1, but they are at number 3. Yolanda, you won't believe this. Number 2, a place that I have frequented and that you frequent as well because of projects that you work on, Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Memphis, Tennessee is the second rudest city in America.
Wow.
I know it's in that Bible Belt. I was really like floored. Every time I go to Memphis, they're fairly nice. I won't say that they're the nicest, but they're fairly nice. But they are number 2 on the national rudest list, and number 1 coming in number 1. I think Yolanda, you may have been here recently, if my memory serves me correct. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Rounds out is considered the number 1 rudest city in America.
Really?
Crazy. It's crazy. I haven't. I've only driven and rode through Philadelphia. I have some friends that are there, but I've never stopped or stayed or hung out in Philly. So interesting list of cities.
Surprising.
Yeah, very very interesting list of cities. Well, go right ahead, Yolanda.
No, I was just gonna say that's really surprising. I wouldn't think that at all. Philadelphia, though, I can see a little bit like.
Well, I mean,
Philly.
Philadelphia, they have this air about them, kind of like New Yorkers. Philadelphia, Boston, and New York. Them 3 regions, them are some type of people. And Detroit. Detroit would be on that list for me too.
Oh, now that I can see.
Yeah, Detroit would definitely be on that list, but they did not make the list. But very, very interesting to say the least. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going, and we're going to do a quick moment of tech talk. Quick moment of tech talk, and I'll mention this today because before the time we meet again, this event will have already happened. So next week, September the 7th, Apple is holding its yearly event, yearly iPhone event. I don't know what all is going to happen. I don't know what all is on the menu that day. It has been rumored that there will be some new iPhones, 4 in particular that they've mentioned. I don't know what the models are. I don't know any of the specs, but they're naming it or calling it the iPhone 14. They believe they think that they're going to minimize the notch in the front of our camera, in the front of our phone at the top middle, that notch area. They think that they're going to minimize that some and maybe make it a little 2 small holes. I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of different things. I also hear that we may get a new Apple Watch, one that has a bigger face. That would be great for me. I've always wanted to have a bigger face Apple Watch. We'll see. And then I also hear that there may be an announcement of new AirPods. Not sure. They may tell us until you all know. So I will be watching. It's next Wednesday. Next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Of course, you can watch it on Apple.com, or if you have Apple TV app on your device, you can open up the Apple TV app and watch it and stream it there as well. So, which phone do you have now, Yolanda?
I have I'm back. I have the 12. I think this was 12.
12. Okay, I have the 12 as well. Jacory, which phone you have?
I think I got the 12.
Okay.
I got the 12.
We all got the 12. We all say there's 13. I always do the even numbers. But I'm definitely getting a new phone, whatever it may be, because it's just time for me to update. But are either of you thinking about getting any new products this go around?
No.
No?
Wait till y'all test all that out. Work all them kinks out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm hoping, just from my work standpoint, that it's a smooth transition. The iPhone 12 was a very smooth transition. That 13 is even smoother. I'm hoping that the 14 is a smooth transition. And I may do something I've never done this time, and that is I normally go to my carrier and pay monthly for my phone. I think this time I'm gonna step up and be a grown person and buy my phone.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I've never done that. Never done it before. I don't know if you know how I'm gonna feel about it. But I do know when you buy it outright, it is an unlocked phone. Whereas when you buy from your carrier, you're locked to that carrier until you pay it off. And if you switch carriers, you got to pay the phone off before you can switch carriers. So I'm
But
thinking
how long have you been with your carrier?
I'm with AT&T. That's why I've been with them since the iPhone 3GS. So whenever that phone came out, that's when I went to AT&T because at that point AT&T was the only carrier that had the iPhone. So I had to go to them. I got the 3GS, and a few months later the 4 came out. And I thought I was doing something big with the 4, but and I've gone from there. So I'm excited about getting a new device, seeing all the new bells and whistles that it has, all the different things it can do. I'm excited about the new software version that's coming out, iOS 16. A lot of things I haven't had a chance to dive into it or talk about it like I want, but a lot of things is coming up with the new products this year. Of course, once I get it and I know all of the bells and whistles, I'll share as much as I can as soon as I can. But Ja'Cory, new products is coming out. Are you thinking about upgrading or no?
Well, you know, I'm ready for a new phone. I have the earbobs, so you know, I can upgrade those. The watch piece, I'm gonna have to. I still don't know about all of that yet. I'm trying to, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Now I told you. Matter of fact, if you remind me when I go to work tomorrow, if you give me the serial number, I'll see if what I can find out. And maybe try to help deal with that situation that you're dealing with. But
Oh, bless the name of the Lord.
yes, we will. We will.
Listen,
Peace of church. Yeah, we will do what we can to try to help make that happen, man. Uh, so Yolanda's saying no, she's not getting new products. There may be a second presentation in October, and I hear that if they do the second presentation in October, it's going to be new iPads. Now that I definitely am in the market for, not because there's anything wrong with my old one, but they have this new thing Apple introduced called Center Stage, where you could put your device on this for a FaceTime call. You could put your device down, and if you move, the camera
what
will
happens?
move. Huh?
Wait, what happens if you move? What happens?
It
The,
follows you.
the multitasking queen. Yeah, you put your phone down, your device down, and if you move, the camera will follow you as you move. It's called Center Stage, and it keeps you in the center of the screen with whomever you're talking to. I hear it's coming to the new iPhone as well. New iPhone, new iPads. I'm really curious to see how that whole thing works. So I'm definitely saving up.
Ooh, maybe we should have like a Freedom Radio nightlife. Cause the thought I just had. So Saints, amen, amen. Y'all better be checking for phones, people.
I can't. Well, that's where I'm at with my tech talk. I do have a couple other things I want to mention that I did not get a chance to talk to you guys about previously, and hopefully this does not come off as offensive. Baseball has been in the news. Major League Baseball has been in the news, and not just because of the A's being so bad, or not just because Aaron Judge, who plays with the New York Yankees, has 51 home runs. Not just because of that. Not because the playoffs are around the corner. All of that is good stuff. But Major League Baseball has been in the news, Yolanda, because people are doing intimate acts in the stadiums.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
an A's fan. I go to A's games all the time. I was just at the A's game last week. Me and my boy Poncho, we went to go see the Yankees. Nice crowd of people was there. But a few days prior, in the A's stadium in Oakland, California, United States of America, on the top deck, on the third deck, in the very top corner of the stadium, there was this couple in the middle of the game doing intimate acts.
Wow thing.
Yeah, they was doing
Tango.
during the game. I mean, it's not like they was, it wasn't like it was before the game or people was warming up. This was during the game. I guess they got bored watching the game because the A's are not great right now, and they started doing intimate acts. I say intimate sex.
Tango.
Yeah. It was quite interesting. They were escorted out of the. Well, no, they were not. This is. I'll tell you what else happened. It was on. It was ended up on TV. It was on TMZ. They was putting all this stuff out, trying to figure out who these people were. They're doing kind of like an Oakland police manhunt, trying to find out who these people are to figure out if they're going to hit them with any type of charges. It is crazy. Got so crazy that just this week in Toronto, Canada, it happened again with a different couple, with a different group of people in Toronto, in the stadium again. These particular people were caught. They were escorted out of the actual stadium. No charges were brought upon them, but they were escorted out of the game. So I don't know what in the world is going on with baseball. I mean, now my wife thinks it's the most boringest sport on earth, and it's slow. It's slow, but to me, to turn around and do these type of things, Yolanda. I mean, tell me what you're thinking about this.
They only got caught because it's social media. People probably been doing this for centuries.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm willing to put money on that. People have probably been doing this for a long time. And people are just, only reason people are getting caught, in my opinion, with certain things is because social media. And so there's this, massive outlet now that, I mean, that's been here for a moment, but it's, something hits and everybody knows at one time, right? And so I personally think, I'm not saying I'm with it. I'm just saying that I'm sure people have been doing it for a long time.
I just don't see how it can be done because normally there's a ton of people in there. Normally, when you go to the game, there is a ton of people and security.
So they were like they were in a box, or they were like sitting.
They was in regular seats,
like way up.
They was on the third deck in the furthest. In Oakland, they were in the top deck in the furthest corner of the stadium.
Oh yeah,
there's cameras everywhere. There's people everywhere. There's security everywhere.
Nah, child. When you want to, I forget. This is children. Watch this. Okay, so when you want to, engage in the knocking of the boots or the tango, or whatever you call it, that's what that's what H-Town said. So whatever you call it, I mean, I just think if that's what you if I just think if you're gutsy enough,
yeah,
then it won't matter where you are. I promise you, people probably been doing this for a long time, and they just got caught. That's all.
Well, I mean, where they were sitting, they were the only people in that area. There was nobody else anywhere near in that area. Yeah. But again, there are cameras everywhere in the stadium.
It don't matter when you want to like knock boots. I mean, we love Jesus here. It doesn't matter when you want to engage in intimate activity.
That's a good way to put that. Okay. I hear you. I hear you.
I'm just saying, if that's what you want to do.
Well, you already know that it wasn't us.
But this is what I believe though. The us, the beautiful children. We're the beautifuls, right? The beautiful kids. Oh, we do it too.
Huh. Interesting.
Absolutely. I'm willing to put I'm willing to put money on that. I want to put my nail money on that for sure.
Nail money. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do some research. What's your nail money? I want to meet you at that.
About $50.
Okay, leave it at 50. Let's round it to 50. I'm going to do some research.
I'm willing to put money on that.
I'm willing to meet you on that. Give me 3 days. Give me one for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the. I'm gonna do some research to see what I find.
It's just that and if you're saying specifically at a baseball game, maybe not, right? But do I think that people of all creeds and all colors definitely engage in public affection, in adult affection, and absolutely.
Interesting. Well, you may be right if you put it in that context. I was initially thinking about sporting events.
I think sporting events too. Come on, people in high school under bleachers. I was a track coach when I was in high school. Right? I really did. Amen. Those are the boys. Amen. But It definitely, some people got caught underneath the bleachers.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So you I'm not saying I'm not saved. I'm not saying I don't know Jesus, but I think you like saves like old church, grandma saved. Not saying you're old. I'm just saying like old church. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that level of like, paper Bible save.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I'm not saying I'm not even paper Bible saved. Paper Bible save means that you actually have a actual Bible that has actual pages.
Mhm.
Paper Bible saved.
Yes.
Right. So I think you are paper Bible saved. And maybe you've never, I'm not saying I've done it in case my mom was watching. No, for real. I've never done that. I'm just saying I believe that people have been forever, forever. That's probably how some of y'all were born.
Mm, interesting.
And a game.
Interesting.
In
I,
the car.
I wouldn't put it past some folks from my
Does
era.
that shock you? Are you like shocked?
I'm not shocked per se. I'm shocked at them of the openness of it. In I've heard of people doing it in public, but I'm talking about the openness of it in a game where thousands of people are there, and you know, all it takes is the right camera to focus in on you. And they talked about it. The commentators talked about it. If it was your intent to get caught on purpose and make a mockery of it or whatever you was trying to do, then maybe that was accomplished. So
Yeah, we're not going on. I'm sure if we were to talk to these people, right, if we had them on and they were like, black in the sense of, when you can't see their faces or anything like that, I would imagine it's the thrill of it that makes you want to do that.
okay, it could be,
That's
it
cool.
could be.
Maybe because I
I
have
don't
some
know.
ratchet friends. So.
I don't know. Well, let me switch switch lanes for a moment. Let me switch lanes for a moment.
This is good to me. Okay, good.
Let's switch lanes and let's turn this corner back to a more safe environment. Um, all of us in our own rights are somewhat techy. Uh, and all of us use our devices, whether it's iPhone or whether it's Apple or Android, every day. Uh, I get my
Mhm.
real question I want to ask you tonight in particular is what's your everyday most used app?
Every single day.
Yes.
Instagram every single day. Wake up. Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for 2 eyes to see, 2 ears to hear, 2 legs to walk, a mouth to talk. We give you back the day. Instagram
Really?
every day.
And so when you're going on Instagram now, I'm getting better at doing Instagram. But when you're going on Instagram, you're just looking to see what's happening or what's hot and happening, or are you looking at
Mhm.
reels or stories or what exactly are you doing?
Everything. So I'm looking at everything. Like I'm on Instagram, so I'm checking my page, who made like what, trying to get better. The area where I kind of am not the best at all the time is responding to people that comment. So I need to get better at engaging actually, because that's what actually helps. Side note for our side conversation, but that's what actually helps the likes and the engagement. Shout out to Greg Haynes, who is the over the marketing for Higher Calling. He actually helped me with that. So the more you engage, the more you like it or thank you or wow or something, some type of engagement, that's the more that, the activity comes, or the more likes and, the engagement activity.
Yeah.
So trying to get better at that. But yeah, I'm every morning like people who send me, I have friends who send me a lot of reels and stories, like things that they probably would not post on their own page. But I get a lot of that, or responding to, maybe possible leads on work or something like that. And then I do a lot of saving. So on Instagram you can save, you can have like folders, and you can save. So I'm always saving fashion, nails, reels, inspirations, some type of blah blah blah. Like I'm sure I have well over probably like 5,000 saves or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm doing it every day, and then I manage 3 accounts. I manage my own 3 accounts, right, and then I'm probably managing Freedom, and then I manage it for another client. I manage for a client, so um, yeah, I'm sure I have. Let's see. My biggest Instagram is my business Instagram. And All the posts I have saved. It doesn't even give me the number, but I'm sure I have saved well over 5,000 things.
Wow.
Yeah, because a lot of times if I'm on a plane or if I'm in church, I'm like, oh, what was that? And so I can't watch it, right? So I save it. So it's
Okay.
probably Instagram.
Okay. And so after you're done with Instagram, well, let me ask you, how long do you spend in the morning on Instagram?
I try not to spend long,
You
but
know?
I can be on Instagram in the morning for at least 30 minutes.
Okay. Actually, that's not uncommon from what I've been seeing and hearing.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon. And then once you're done with Instagram, do you go to another app or do you going with your day and start working?
Usually Instagram, then I try to work on. So it's usually Instagram, Facebook, Instant Message. I don't know if Instant Message from Facebook is different from Facebook now, but Facebook, Messenger on Facebook, Twitter, I don't get a lot of love. But maybe Pinterest. There's an app called pray.com. I try to do that every day. This, voice in here that they do morning prayers. So this man, I don't know who he is, maybe praying down. Um I love Jesus, but I don't always open, the Bible app like I should. That's it. Checking accounts, Cash App, Venmo, checking all of that, email. I don't really like to check email from my phone, Messenger. So it's usually those, the top: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm trying to get more into TikTok, but I need to start doing reels, actual live reels of me doing whatever.
Yeah.
That's a confidence area I gotta work on. And then lastly, I don't get Snapchat. I'm trying to bring it, but I just don't think I get it.
I still don't do Snapchat or TikTok. I'm not on either of those.
You don't do TikTok at all.
No, I don't. I haven't yet.
Really?
I hear it's like very, very interesting, but I haven't.
TikTok. I don't know if I can tell you if I fully understand TikTok, but I will tell you if you're. I think the biggest thing about social media is you have to be consistent. You have to engage if you want to see something out of it. So I know someone who joined TikTok, like a preacher I know who joined TikTok after I did, actually, and he has like 10,000 followers,
Wow. Yeah.
like crazy. So mm, I just think it requires some activity, but I don't know. Social media to me is not as. There are parts of it that's really fun, but to me, it's not as fun. I don't know. It's like it's not as. Sometimes it's really cool, but I don't know. That makes sense. Sometimes it's not as fun as it used to be. So to answer your question, Instagram.
That's good to know. Normally, I don't even know. I got to sit here and think. I normally pray first because I got to start my day off with prayer so I can have the icono type of moment. But if I do, yeah, maybe I do. I do look at Instagram, but I kind of go between the three: Instagram, Facebook, and sometimes Twitter, because people still hit me up on Twitter, kind of like on the regular.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I still do Twitter, and that kind of is the one that I end with. And then by that time, it's time for me to get up and get ready for work. And then I try, I'm multitask throughout the day. So let me ask this as a final question, as we're almost out of time for the day. Do you post your social media from your phone or your tablet or your computer? Or
Always from my phone. I don't like posting from my Instagram. I heard there's a way to do it from Instagram, but I find it very frustrating. So, I use Freedom, for example. Once I logged into Freedom on my phone, I felt like, oh, I can plug in properly.
Yeah.
So I prefer though my phone,
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
except for Facebook. Facebook, sometimes it depends on what it is. Sometimes, but mostly I prefer that portion of my life. I prefer from my phone. Now graphics, if y'all watching this, I do not do graphics, amen, from my phone. There's no way.
Got you. And it makes sense. I'm not mad at you. Hey y'all, listen, I'm going to get ready to get us out of here. I'm looking at the clock. This hour has gone by so quick. It's time for us to get ready to go. But before we go, first of all, thank you again, Yolanda, for hanging out with us,
Welcome.
as well as again for the flyer that you did for my birthday. Again, it was
Oh,
amazing.
of course.
And I got a lot of traction from that. I feel like I almost owe you a tithe or something. But anyway,
Ooh, thank you.
you know what? Anyway, let us get ready to go. But
Mhm.
before we go, do you have any closing comments, final thoughts?
Yes, shout out to my music boss. I say music boss. Okay, 30 seconds. I say music boss because he's really pushing me to be better musically. And I really, really appreciate and respect him for that. And I just love him. So, two things. Shout out to Kevin Lemons, who has been nominated for a Dove. That's really, really huge. And I'm really, really excited. So, shout out to Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling. And shout out to his wife. Yesterday was her birthday.
I saw that.
Love you, Tiana. And if you're going to be in Atlanta, we'll be doing Back to the Basics. If you're in the area, if you see this, or just slide through or something. It's going to be really fun.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. Well, that's good. Hey, I'm going to let that be our closing word and closing comment of the day. We're actually going to go old school and we're going to leave out with some music. And until the next time on this same Shop Talk Network, at this same Shop Talk time, y'all know. I'll, I'll,
Oh.